I promised myself that I would light a fire today. I've had this for nearly 2 years and have not lit a fire. And I promised myself that after I do my garden work, that I would light a fire and have a circle activity. And all this wood and everything has been sitting in this fire pit for like over a year. So I did. I lit my fire and I got it started real quick and real fast, just using there's like leaves, twigs, and dryer lint in there and some firewood, but the dryer lint is what really set it off. So now I'm gonna sit here and just meditate in the flames. That noise is my neighbors, I guess, blowing leaves, so hopefully that will stop soon. It'll be so much better when I have a nice fence up. We're manifesting.
Admitting as thinking we were the ultimate species on Earth. And now science is finally catching up with that. But all those women and men that were all those druids that were the heads of their collective group, they had the science back then.
And this is how I did my table this year. Again, going with the Yule vibes. I'm doing these kind of traditional kind of plaid color, and I've got a is it candelabra? It's not really a candelabra when it's like this, but a centerpiece. To, you know, tie in the look. And I'll show you what I got for outside. This isn't all the decorations, but I'm not gonna go around the whole house, but this is just like an idea. I want to get some antlers at some point to put up, but these LED candles do have little deer on them, so I think that's really nice. Putting out some Yule decor, not finished yet. Got the Yule flag out. They had one with a pinnacle, but I might get that one and put it on that side for next year. So exciting. It looks so cute. Love it. Hey, so I just got this in the mail. I want to get the whole series. It's a Llewellyn series. They have a Llewellyn Sabbat Essentials, Rituals, Recipe, and Lore. This one is for Yule, so it's for the winter solstice. And it appeals to me because it's over 200 pages. And usually, you know, you buy books, they'll have a couple of pages on the Sabbat. I really want to just get in depth with what it is I'm practicing in every aspect. So I got Yule because obviously that's the one coming up, and I'll just buy them as the holiday approaches. And this will be good too for planning what we're going to do, what the Coven's going to do. So we are having a virtual meeting tomorrow, and so I'll flip through and see, you know, if there's some ideas in here or some dishes, etc. So it looks interesting. Let's do the quickly. Content. So, old ways, new ways, spells and divinations for Yule, recipes and crafts, prayers and incantations, rituals of celebration, correspondences, further reading that you can do on it. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be nice. Ooh, I just put into the recipe section. Looks like they got some sugar cookies, some eggnog. Now, because I'm eating plant-based, I'll have to adjust stuff, but it'll be nice when it's so common that like someone's publishing like vegan, like here's, you know, how to have a vegan sabbat. That would be nice. Anyway. Okay, interesting. So I'll thumb through and I'll also read it in full, of course. But yeah, so this is one of the books out of the series. Okay, that took a lot to unwrap it, but I had to do it off camera. But book just arrived, and you can tell by the title, I am going on a new path with my spirituality, and I'll get more into that later, but I am so excited. It's late, but I got the pie crusts done. I made 4 pie crusts, and I'm going to do 2 pies tomorrow. I'm doing 2 pumpkin pies and 1 apple pie, and I did the crust today, and I'll do the filling tomorrow, but I'm only going to do 2 pies, and I decided the pumpkin pie that I'm going to bring to the Yule Coven meet, that I'm going to do that closer to the holiday, so it's fresher. Even though they taste just as good when you freeze them, because I've done that in the past. I just make it in advance and I freeze it. I'm just going to have it more of like a hot, fresh pie. So, and this is going to be banana, chocolate banana bread. Usually I put chocolate chips in here, but I'm using, like I said, I'm using whatever I have left in my pantry. So there's no chocolate chips in here, just chocolate and lots of banana. So see how that turns out. Okay, so switching up the plan a little bit. Today I decided to also put the second dough for my pumpkin pie in the freezer as well, and just make the apple pie, and then I'll freeze the apple pie. Pumpkin pie is fairly easy to make, so I can just do that closer to Yule, and then again, when you freeze them, they taste just as good, but I can just kind of have it more hot out of the oven. For both the Coven Yule celebration and for my own personal Yule celebration and offerings and stuff like that. It'll be like a fresh baked pie. So I'm going to freeze the second dough that I made. So the dough is now, it's in a disc form. So it still has to be rolled out and stuff. You can roll it out and put it into the baking pan and then freeze it raw on the baking pan, like, you know, but I prefer to do it like this. For me, I think the most time-consuming part of making the pie really is putting the dough together. So with that out of the way, the rest, depending on what kind of pie you're making. For these are fairly simple pies. So with that out of the way, it'll be easier. I'll just roll it out and then, you know, do the filling for the pumpkin. And I use canned filling. At some point I'll make my own from when I finally grow pumpkins in the garden, but for my pie, I have organic canned filling. Excuse my appearance. I just woke up not too long ago, just still having my a dandy blend and cookie dough mushroom. And so I just took these two out to kind of sit them a little bit, get them ready to be rolled out. Have I ever rolled out a pie crust here? I'm trying to think, like, have I ever rolled a pie crust here? I have definitely. Okay, so when I do my pie crust, I like to roll it out onto the wax paper. It just makes it easier for me in terms of cleanup or it sticking and stuff like that. And I do use, you know, flour and throwing the flour down, but I just find it works for me. So I'm gonna use the parchment paper that I have here to roll it out. So I have two types of apples. These apples I picked outside going apple picking. And we went earlier October, so it's time to get these cut up. You know, I can feel like they're not like as, I don't know, they just don't feel as heavy. Like it's time to, you know, put them to use. And then I got another type of apple. I think it's called Brandywine, and it's supposed to be good for making apple butter. Now these actually feel good. Like I never made apple butter, but I'm gonna see if I have the ingredients to just make the apple butter, get it done. Part of this is just also meal prep. So I made the chocolate banana bread. That's in the freezer. And so I'm getting something to collect the scraps because I'll be composting whatever scraps come off of the apples and stuff. And so now I want to get this apple pie made into the oven, and then I'll wrap it up in saran wrap and put foil on it, and I'll freeze that, and it'll stay in there till Yule time. So I'm getting the rest of the Brandywine apples out of the fridge. From what I understand, hold on, sorry. So from what I understand, the difference between apple butter and apple sauce is the apple butter I think you cook it slower, like it caramelizes or something, I don't know. But maybe you just use it on toast, but we're gonna find out. Hopefully I have all the ingredients I need. I don't know if I do, honestly. If I don't, then I'll just make applesauce. All right. So now that I have all my apples, we'll get to making the pie. Here's all the apples. This is the dough, and I'm about to put this one in the freezer. These are the Brandywine apples that I picked, and the Granny Smith apples that I picked. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so I also have the Coven virtual meeting coming up today at 3:30. So we're gonna go over the ideas for Yule. I was just looking through the book here, and I marked two things that I'm considering because everyone's gonna make something traditional. They don't know that I'm making a pie. I don't know if I'll disclose that at some point or if I'll just bring it because I was planning on making it anyway. But I mean, I was planning on making all those pies, and then I said, let me just bring one to the gathering. So I was thinking of doing wassail, but I do also have a concern of me being able to eat, and they may be like heavy meat eaters. I did disclose that I eat mostly plant-based. So I was like, maybe I'll just eat heavy when I get home, or have something that I make separate for myself. I don't know. But I think what will help solve that problem, if that is a problem, and also just allow me to bring some food there, traditional dish for them to try, is to do this one. So this is there's not a lot of dishes in this book. They do have books that are dedicated just to like making meals for the holidays, so I will purchase one of those. I have one of those saved to my list, but I have so many books right now that I've purchased that is very at the back of the list. But so this is called tree decorating chili, and they say it's like a perfect meal for when you're decorating the tree. I don't know if I would assume, because we're going to someone's house, that they already have their own tree decorated, unless they buy a little Coven tree for us to decorate. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. But I just think in general, if this is like something traditional that's served, then it could just make it and have it. So this is just part of I think, really, when you just look at it and how we live with the land, you would be eating whatever came from the harvest in your pantry. And that's pretty much is what this is saying. Like, you ate a feast to be symbolic of and put that energy into the coming year, of the winter and the time of like dormancy and passing, and then things being abundant again. So the feast is to representing things, nature being plentiful and everything being abundant again. So let me just go. I love the illustrations in this book. Sorry, y'all, all my hand. I had my nail polish and then I took it off because I just felt the difference, because I haven't worn it in sorry guys, I haven't worn it in so long. Nail polish is toxic. And then I went and I found like non-toxic nail polish online, so I may get me some for Yule as a gift to sew, because I do like nail polish and I haven't been able to wear it in so long. But to me, it's part of honoring the goddess, so I really want to, but I gotta get it non-toxic, because after having not wearing it so long and then wearing it, I was like noticing like, oh, okay, these are areas of pain that I normally would have ignored and just thought that was just part of the process of like getting my nails done. Okay, so, but it has like toxins like formaldehyde and things like that, so really it's just skin sensitivities. So I was looking for the I like this idea here. I may share this. So they say here, there are many ways to add magic to your winter feast. Follow the custom of having every family member lend a hand in the stirring, metaphorically speaking, mimicking the way each member of the community helps ensure the tribe's survival. Set a table with holiday colors and with your best dishes, goblets, and cutlery, and light plenty of candles. For a really special effect, have everyone gather at the table in a dark or semi-dark room, recite a poem or blessing, and light the candles one by one, watching as everyone's faces are cast into the light. Offer toast to family, departed ancestors, and guardians. I like that because, it's you're lighting all the candles, and again, that energy is going towards it, the spring and rebirth and the coming of the light. So I like that everyone's face being cast into the light. Yeah, so this was the phrase I was looking for. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow may never come. So it's kind of like that feeling when everyone's like, oh my God, it's so cold. When will it be warm again? We don't get enough warm months out of the year. And then it's like when you're in the warm weather, you want the opposite. But yeah, so it's kind of that, it ties into that. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow may never come. The winter solstice being a joyful feasting and celebration of the return of the light. When faced with the shortest days and longest night of the years, the ancients were that the sunlight would not return to nourish the land and banish the cold. So the feast or the feast celebration celebrates the return of the bounty and focuses on celebration and gathering families together, and it can take on a decidedly magical feel. So like I said, there's not a lot of recipes in this, but they do have some here. It says recipes for sharing and stuff. I was thinking of maybe making some kind of soup thing, so I think the chili is a good option, but obviously I'm gonna make it vegan. Hopefully I can find some vegan sour cream, because I wasn't able to find vegan sour cream over here, but they probably have it in the city, so I might have to buy it after work. This to me looks a little bland, but I'll fix it up. So yeah, they call it tree decorating chili. I think that's what I'll bring. And then you can have it on top of hot dogs. So maybe I'll grab like some vegan hot dogs and bun, and then that'll be really nice. So I'm going to start making the apple pie, and then while I'm making the apple pie, I'm going to listen to a couple of YouTube videos just to kind of refresh my memory about Yule. Like, I know what Yule is, obviously, but I think it helps to just listen, and it'll help me brainstorm some ideas before I have to join in to the meeting at 3:30, because obviously I can't bake a pie and read this book at the same time. So yeah, I'll do that now. I made me some dried orange slices for you. I'm actually not going to keep these here. I'm going to finish letting them dry out, and the ones I have here I'm going to bring with me to the Coven to do magical workings with. Or it's supposed to bring dried orange slices and dried apple slices. I haven't done the apples yet, but I have some more in the oven, and those I am going to use to decorate my place. Kind of how you see like this, but I'll hang them up and decorate them, and I'll show you the finished product. Traditionally, the orange slices are used to represent the sun and that sunny kind of citrusy vibe that the oranges bring. Traditionally were used to represent the sun and you know, sweet warm times, and so that energy and the welcoming, not really the welcoming back in, but the kind of the beckoning back in of the sun is what the oranges represent, and kind of also staying bright and cheery in the dormant and time in hibernation time of winter. So it's nice. I'm getting more into like the more traditional. I've never done this. I also made pomanders for the altar, so I've never done it before, and it's nice getting into that energy of things and kind of just reinventing the way of how to celebrate the craft.
That was the intention.
Or maybe it was intended to have been passive, but just so advanced that it overwhelmed our systems. We really have no way of knowing. Now, what is this? Oh, those are the high-frequency oscillations we perceive. They're time magnified and scaled for detail. It's like...
Okay guys, so I am mixing together all the ingredients that are going to go into the Yule apple pie. I've already got one crust rolled out, and it's here. This is a homemade crust, and I'm going to roll out a second crust that I have in the freezer. So yeah, I'm finally happy that I'm able to put this pie together. Is the pie nice and filled, and I have apples left over, so I'm gonna figure out what to do with this. I might make an apple crumble, but yummy. Or maybe even an applesauce. Anyways, back to the pie. So now I'm gonna roll out the top, and then I'll cover it up and put it in the oven. And then I am going to freeze this pie. Apple pie can stay frozen up to 6 months, so I'm going to freeze it to thaw out on Yule. And I am going to be celebrating Yule from December 21st all the way to the 6th of January, because traditionally it was also celebrated on the first full moon after the winter solstice. And on the 6th, I'm going to be celebrating it with my my sister, Purple Storm. So I hope to vlog some of that as well. So lots of goodies for the coming days. Okay, it's looking delicious. I just placed the slits, and someone did a recipe where they did the top in a pentacle. It just involved laying the strips of dough in that shape. I'm keeping it basic and easy. So yeah, so this is going to be, I'm heating up the oven now, and I'm just gonna brush the top so that it doesn't burn, and put some foil over the edges and bake my Yule pie. It looks absolutely delicious. Okay, so this is the third thing I'm making from apples today. I made the apple pie earlier and I froze that, and then the leftover apples I made apple sauce with just to have as a snack, and it was absolutely delicious. And these are Brandywine apples, which are the second batch of apples I picked. And I picked these in October, so it was time to get this done. And you know, I'm making delicious treats for the Yule, 12 days of Yule that I'm doing. So I'm taking the free time that I have to get these done. So this particular apple, the Brandywine apple, is said to kind of have a taste. The floral notes and kind of a taste like wine, and it's supposed to be good for like jams and jellies and making apple butter. So I am making apple butter. I've never made it before, but to me it doesn't sound that much different from applesauce. From what I understand though, you leave the skins on and they help to caramelize, and then it's going to be a more concentrated form, and then you can spread that on, you know, different pastries, pancakes, toast, etc. So yeah, I'm gonna see how it turns out. You just take the apples, you cut them up with the skins on, you throw them in with a bunch of spices, and then put it on the slow cooker for 10 hours. Okay, so I got the apples now in the crock pot, and I put the setting on low for 10 hours. I just opened the curtains and noticed it's snowing. Oh my gosh. I need to go pick up the leaves right there so I can get my car into the driveway. But it's snowing. Today I also am going to go to the electronic dumpster. It's only open for 3 hours on a Wednesday, but that's where you're supposed to throw away your electronics, and I have a heater here that I need to throw away. So I'm going to make my way out to do that as well. But it's not supposed to be stick, hopefully not. and because I do still have things I need to do out in the garden as well. So I need to get to it. I'm in this doll called Pop Shelf that I've never seen before. Really cool. They have 90% clearance off of some full items. So, time to go shopping. They got a lot of cute stuff at the store. I'm excited. It's like a mixture. Like this is a small section that has holiday stuff, but then the rest of it is more like, I think it's just like general house goods. Oh, look at the bottles. Okay. These are really cheap. Okay. I can't resist. Then they have a lot of $1 decor, which is really nice. These stockings, $3-4. Really nice tree skirt. Like this plaid one's only $15. Lots of trees. It's really nice. Miembros de mistletoe. $8 for that one. It's cute. Oh, look at that one. $8 for this one. And like the little Christmas stockings. You could make a nice shabby chic Christmas. Look at the little. Okay, I'm back, and I just added my little finds. The little birds in the front, trying to keep it all Yule friendly. So, yeah, I love them. They look great. They are only $6 each at Home Depot. Show you guys what I picked up from the Pop Shelf store. Definitely gonna go back there. They have more fall stuff on sale, but I missed it because it was around the corner, but it's probably for the best. This I got for 50 cents. And I also got these pumpkin for 50 cents. As well as this one, 50 cents. Okay, these weren't on sale. This is $3, but that's a really good price for the bottle, I think, because it's really cute. I mean, you can tell, I think you can tell when they're cheap, when they're not seamless. And I don't think this one is seamless, or maybe I was wrong. No, you can see the seam. You see it up there. But it's a nice bottle. So I got 2 of those because, where's my other one? Because I am OCD and I need 2. And then I got this is a probiotic soda. I usually drink the Olipop, but I had this one too before and it was good. So I got raspberry rose. Just got 2 of those. They're $2.50 each. I wish they were cheaper, but I mean, it's a healthier version of a soda, so. And ingredients are sparkling water, organic cane sugar, organic apple cider vinegar, organic agave, inulin, raspberry juice, natural flavors, lemon juice, stevia concentrate. And it is part of the non-GMO project. Okay. and includes probiotics. So I'm gonna enjoy one of those now and then put one of them in the fridge for later.
People have no desire to serve anyone.
When Svarog rains fire from the sky, they will beg for his mercy and offer him their devotion.
No, they will not.
They will, when those around them begin to die. This is my last warning.
Your Lord Svarog should not come. The Sentinel will send him away. You will all be sent away.
So you have said, for 3 days, yet here I stand. The Sentinel is nothing more than a legend.
It is very real.
Then my patrols will find it and destroy it.
It's all right, Mulrooney's a friend.
From your world?
That's right. Came all the way from Earth just to see you.
I'm Colonel Jack O'Neill. We need to talk.
Please don't do that.
The mom that went upstairs is bringing down the bigger later. That will be interesting.
You have an iPhone. If you don't have one, my wife has an iPhone charger.
I took my hair out for Coven. Now I'm gonna have to wrangle it. I want to take you guys also on my hair journey because I've had some, it looks nice and fluffy now, but it's had some damage to it, and I'm working on like visiting the old ways of how I used to really take care of my hair because it got neglected. But that'll be in another video. But for now, really enjoying this. So, along with just enjoying this delicious hot dog and chili, I'm actually working on writing up my own Yule ritual for my solitary practice. So I will be doing that in 3 days on the actual solstice. So yesterday, the founding members of the Coven, which include myself, did a ritual for Yule. That was our first ever Sabbat together. We've also decided on a book that we're going to read. And this book will take us through a year and a day journey initiation. So we've decided to close the Coven with just the founding members going through this year and a day initiation, where we figure out our core values and as a group and our structure as a group. We each also have our own solitary practices. And so there are things in my own solitary practice that maybe not every member of the group would align with. And sorry, I'm clearing my throat because I just ate that hot dog. But that vegan dog that everyone would align with. And so we still continue to keep our like solitary journey, but the Coven is to give us a sense of community and also to hold us accountable and keep us kind of like on track with not getting lost in the mundane, and on track with learning and our exercises and things like that. So we have a book that we've chosen to take us through a year and a day period in initiation, and then after that we will open up the Coven when it's time to new members who want to come in, who would then also, you know, have to go through the year and a day initiation to become members, maybe perhaps just like open circle to meet new people. So we've had our first Yule, and or next we're gonna meet and start with the book club. So I have to we only have like one chapter due, but so I'll have to read that chapter. I have about 8 days to read the chapter, but it's only 15 pages, so it's not hard. And then we'll go from there. I've also personally just purchased so many books just to learn, to study about the occult. And you know, I came into the occult learning Wicca like a lot of people do, and you know, a long time ago I said, well, I want to learn more about like the part of it that ties into like our culture, and I just kind of felt like the need to just go deeper. So then I started learning about the shamanism, and then I started learning more about like history and the secrets and like how the world like really works, and like pretty much what was being taught in like the ancient schools of mysteries in Egypt. So that path has led me to where I currently am. So all of this change has required me to buy new source material. So I've spent over $1,000 really on books. I don't even want to do all the math, but I know like the last, it's like I kind of go into these like a tunnel vision, and I'm like, I need it, and then I'll just like buy all the books, and then it's like, and I have to have them now. Like I can't like say, oh, I'll get that book in a month when I finish reading that. Like I don't know if it's like an OCD thing, but like I have to have all the books, and I have to have them now, because it's like, what if something like the last like pandemic shuts down like Amazon and the deliveries aren't being made, you know? I'm like, I need to have it, and I need to have it now. There's a way to stop that, by the way. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. But so I have about 3 more books, 2 really, that I definitely have to get. These books are $300 each. What I have found, the deeper I get into this knowledge, the more expensive the material becomes. So that $300 before could have bought me like loads of books. Like, and I went through a period like this, like I want to say last year, and I still have all those books, and I did the math for how long it would take me to read them, and it will take over a year. So now I'm going through another period like this because I just keep coming into more information. And now it's like one book is like $200 or more. This is like, the more degrees this information has, like the more expensive the books are becoming. Some of the books, they're not even in print anymore. Like they're some people like who are high in the occult, they'll publish a certain number of books, and like they're like they've been like signed by them, autographed by them and everything, and they'll publish this. It's like all magic, the numerology. They'll publish a certain number of books, and then that's it. They don't print it anymore. So then it's like those books, I'd have to like, I found on like eBay basically, and it's like a used copy, or you know, like new. I don't know, maybe someone didn't open it, I don't know what happened, but only a certain, like maybe there were like 700 in print. So then it's like, if you can't find it, you can't find it. And I've been lucky enough, because if I'm meant to have it, I will have it, that I found these books, and I had to keep looking, and I found them. And then like when you go to Goodreads, you see there's like 400 people waiting to find this book, and all the links that they post on Goodreads, they don't have the book there anymore. But I've been able to find the books through like eBay and stuff, and been spending my dimes on this information. Why? Because knowledge is power, and I don't worry about that, because I say it'll come back to me, and I feel, I know, and I believe that, and it always shows itself to be true. The universe has never, oh hi pumpkin, oh my god, the universe has never let me fall. Remember that. The universe does never let you fall. Remember that when you start fearing false evidence appearing real, fearing things, or worrying about things, look at the history of how the universe has always provided, and trust in that it has never let you fall. Why is it going to start now? So don't worry about that. Just know it's going to come back. So a lot of books now that I'm collecting, and I have about, I want to say 2 to 3, because there's one more that I'm very interested in, but I'm not necessarily, like, I am pulled, but like it's like I don't feel the urgency. But there's one that there are 2 that I really want to have now, and these books are like $300 each. So I just see them, I check on them, and I'm manifesting them. Like, could I go and just buy them? Yes. But like I said, I've already spent a lot of money. Like, I was doing the math. It's about $1,000 within the last two months. And don't ask me where the $1,000 came from, but it just had to happen, and it happened. So I'm like, I want these other books by Christmas, and I want to believe that I'm going to have these other books by Christmas, and then I'm going to say, okay, that's it, you know, let's study. But I have started studying my own work. Right now I'm reading the Coven. So if you're curious, the path is going into Hermeticism, basically. My path is going into Hermeticism. And that's all I'm going to say for right now, how I'm going to describe that, because it's forming, and I'll come back to, and my rebirth, renewed self, and share more videos. What I am going to do is book reviews. So I am going to come on, and I've been wanting to do that for the longest. I'll come on and do some book reviews with the information that I am learning about and coming across. And so yeah, so like my Coven members, there was just when we met, there was one girl I just instinctively knew when I saw her. I was like, we are going to align the most. And I don't know why, but when I saw her, it looked like I was looking at like a Native American woman. I don't like her. I think she's like, her heritage is like Irish or whatever, but who knows? She could have some in there, but Native American. But I was just like, we're gonna align the most. I just instinctively knew it. And then when she started talking about how she aligns with ancient Egypt, like the other people in the group, they're more like traditional, just kind of Western paganism. So, you know, more focused on like nature and like land spirits, and that's fine. But me and the other girl, we're like, we need to get into the cosmos, you know, the lower correspondence. So interesting, but we're just at the very beginning stages. So we're gonna see how that plays out, but I'm excited for it because I kept feeling the need to have a coven, and then I kept sensing that I was gonna be somewhere for Yule at a coven. I just kept seeing like a coven party for Yule, and then when someone else suggested that we do Yule together, I said this is awesome, and I told them like I kept feeling like I would be somewhere at Yule. So here we have it, and we've done that part, and now I'm going to go on with the rest of Yule, officially starting in 3 days. And I'm going to start my 12 days of Yule, what I'm going to do for those 12 days. And then it's also traditionally celebrated on the first full moon after the Sabbath. So I'm going to do that as well. We're going to celebrate the first full moon after the Sabbath as an extension of the holiday. And I want this to be my tradition, 12 days and then the first full moon after the Sabbath. So why I feel called to do the 12 days, I don't know, but I just do. And I just keep getting called to do the 12 days. So I'm going to do that. As there are truly 12 days of power, let's take advantage of all of it. And so my sister Purple Storm is supposed to come for the first full moon after Yule. So she'll be there for that celebration. So I'm planning like I already cooked and I baked pie and everything for like the coven, and we did that. And I already have one pie in the freezer, and I'm gonna bake another one. I already got the dough made. I just gotta do the filling and roll out the dough and stuff, but I'm gonna bake another one. And then I have like a new menu basically for the first full moon after the Sabbath. But in the days, the 12 days too, it doesn't have to be full on ritual. The first full on ritual will be on the solstice. Excuse me, allergies. And then after that, every single day, I'm going to choose an activity to focus on and set aside meditation time. Keep in mind that I also will be working, so like some will be like, okay, I get home from work, what's the activities? So and I'll go through that. I won't go through them now. I'll go through them on the days of, and then make kind of like a Vlogmas but for pagans. And it's crazy because I had that idea, and then another girl here, I think her name is Ivy the Occultist, she had posted a video about that, and I had found her like just researching about the left-hand path. And she mentioned how she also wanted to do the same thing. So I always find it interesting. It's kind of like people are catching like the same wavelengths, because you kind of see all the, you know, the Vlogmases, but you don't really see the 12 days for the pagans. And that's actually where it originated from, the Yule log burning for the 12 days. That's where the 12 days of Christmas originated from. So yeah, so I might even make a Yule log, because a piece of a branch fell down that I want from the tree that I was watching, and I was like, that would make a really good Yule log, and it finally fell to the earth. But I gotta examine it and see like how like sturdy it is, and if it would make a good Yule log or not. But my solstice, I definitely want it to involve fire. So I'll get the fire pit going at some point. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on now, and I'll come back and show that to you guys. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So with what I find here, I can make soups. I can also roast it or make mash. But if you leave them in the ground too long, they start to become woody. So end of December, it's time to take them out. I'm excited to try the soup I made yesterday using parsnips from the garden. Not parsnips, using the turnips. Oh, look at this bad boy. Humongous. I'm packing you guys up on a bed of leaves. Okay, so I'm pulling these out while we're still in December. It's pretty much Christmas. So the reason I'm pulling them out now is the end of December, then we're going to January. They'll be fine in here in January as well, but it might be harder to dig them out. I don't know. It depends on, like, I think it's raised bed, so it won't, and I was using a sleep cloth, so as long as you continue to do that, it's fine. But I trying to not buy vegetables at the grocery store. I tried to pull them out of my garden. So I'm running low on vegetables, and I've used, I think all I've had right now left is radishes. So I decided to pull up the rest of the turnips and the rest of the parsnips, and I'm going to use them in soups or roasting. I made a parsnip leek soup yesterday. I have yet to taste it, but it smells really good. And if you leave these in, basically in January, they'll be fine. But like come like February, March, the tops will start to rot. You can it's kind of like if you have a carrot in the fridge too long, or the top or bottom might start to go bad first before the middle goes first. So I want to make sure that I am pulling them out prior to that. Last time I left my carrots in this bed until I want to say March, and the tops kind of went soft. They were still usable. You just had to cut off the parts that went soft. They tend to break off at the bottom because it's hard to pull them out. They're so deeply rooted in there, but that's okay. I have a lot of them. So this one did it too. You can actually also make like a substitute mashed potatoes using parsnips. It's supposed to be good. I am now going to just wash the vegetables that I've pulled, and I am going to store them in the fridge. I have these lovely like crisper vegetable containers that do really well at keeping the vegetables good for a really long time. I actually want to invest in more in those. Tonight I'm gonna make me a veggie burger, probably a Beyond Beef burger, which I am hopefully gonna start moving away from those burgers, but I really like them, but and more whole foods. But as my whole food item, I am gonna make I'm gonna try out the soup that I basically made last night, and it is I made it with leeks and parsnips from the garden. So leeks were not from the garden, but they are organic. I basically just wanted to use up whatever vegetables I had left in the fridge, and I did. And whichever ones weren't viable, I put them into the compost. So now I have pretty much dug up what I have out there, and I'm gonna wash them up and put them in the fridge. And like I said, I honestly feel, because like the first shift, into spring. I believe it's like embark, so that's February. Pretty sure that's February. So these vegetables, technically, if they last me January into February, will last me into spring. I could have left them into the ground longer, but sorry guys, alarm cut me off. I could have left them in the ground longer, but I do want to make sure that I eat them and that they're not being like damaged. I mean, they're pretty good in the ground out there, but I just wanted to restock my fridge pretty much. And at that point in time, I do not feel that I will be having energy to go back out there and pull more turnips kind of as I go along, pull more parsnips as I go along. And definitely the turnips, because if you leave them in the ground too long, they can get woody. I believe the same thing can happen to parsnips. So I definitely want to pull them up. And especially since I saw that the parsnips were starting to regrow greenery on top because I had cut them off. What that means to me is that it is using its root, which is the part you eat, to grow the greenery. So I don't want the root then becoming woody. So I pull them out. And now the only thing that I really have left out there are the carrots, which I honestly might use those for carrot dogs, because I just been really wanting vegan hot dogs, and I've been eating like more of the Lindoloma processed ones. So I really want to get into making me some carrot dogs and see how those taste. So I feel like the carrots I have in the garden, I'm going to make carrot dogs with those. And then we'll pull out the rhubarb last, because what I'm doing is I'm giving the rhubarb a chance to grow a bulb. But if it doesn't grow the bulb, I'll probably just mulch it. I don't know if the rest of it is edible. If it is, then I'll eat it. If not, I'll mulch it. And the lettuce is pretty much, I barely ate the lettuce out of there, but I didn't water them, so they're pretty much mulched at this point. So yeah, so the carrots are out there, and the rhubarb is out there. Am I saying it right? Sorry, it's not rhubarb, it's kohlrabi. The carrots is out there and the kohlrabi is out there. The rhubarb is out there, and I actually need to dig it up and move it, but I don't know where to move it at this point. But this would be the perfect time to dig it up and move it. Once you do that, I think it takes 2 years for you to be able to harvest from it again. So, though I do like making my rhubarb jams and stuff, my problem with the rhubarb is poison ivy and stuff like that grows around it. So that's my problem with the rhubarb. I want to like dig it up and put it somewhere controlled. Maybe I will purchase a raised bed just for it, and I might just dig it up next winter and then put that rhubarb in its own raised bed. But yeah, so it was nice also just to get out there and kind of get in touch with the land a bit and connect to Pachamama. You know, it is still we're still within the 12 days of Yule. And for me, I haven't been able to do like every single day, but it's not like I haven't attuned with the energies at all. I had the Coven Yule on the 17th, where I traveled to one of this new coven that we're establishing. I traveled to their house, and we had a Yule ritual. They hosted the Yule ritual. I think I mentioned that I will be hosting a Stara. So that, and then I am going to have my personal Yule ritual is actually going to be on the 5th. I'm saying 5th, 6th, because Purple Storm is coming on the 5th and the full moon is on the 6th. So traditionally, it's held wherever the solstice falls, which was in between the 21st and the 23rd, as a day of power. And then they would burn the Yule log, which is basically like a whole tree for 12 days. So that's where 12 days of Christmas come from. So you do have some cultures that will do the full 12 days all the way up until like June 1st. And then in other cultures, Nordic, etc., they would celebrate the Yule on the first full moon after the solstice. So my celebration, personal celebration that I'll be sharing with Purple Storm, is going to be on the first full moon after the solstice. So I'll be preparing for that. But want to do as much as I can, like in between, kind of just to celebrate. It's not rituals, but you might just have things that maybe you'll journal. Maybe I'll read my grimoire. Maybe I'll bake some more sliced oranges. Maybe I'll like go outside and collect some things from nature and make like, you know, crafts for inside and bringing nature inside. One thing I did do is I went out and I purchased the bird seed finally, because at this point in time, you also, part of Yule is like giving back to nature because things are become more scarce. So when I saw that, it just touched my heart to the point where I literally felt like emotionally like overcome. And I was like, we should be doing that and we should be giving back. So I got some bird seed. I'm gonna put that outside. And I saw while I was there buying the bird seed that they also have squirrel feed. So I saw these little cute houses that you can also buy for squirrels and like put them on the tree and put their food in there. It's kind of like going to a little restaurant. So I want to invest in that as well. But yeah, so now I'm going to get through just finishing up with the vegetables and then doing some tidying around the house. Oh, the music. It's good. Got carrot dogs. We're gonna see what that tastes like. And then these hot dogs. And then healthy purple storm. We got some meat for tacos. They're gonna have delicious tacos. Toppings for the tacos. We're having our Yule celebration. That's gonna make tacos with those, our garbanzo beans. And it's gonna be good. And we are enjoying some wassail. Blessed Yule. It's snowing now. We put away the fire pit and everything, and Purple Storm, we packed her up and loaded everything off. First, we had a really good, delicious breakfast. Lots of leftovers from yesterday. The carrot dogs were even better on the second day. I'll show you guys how to make those at some point, but they were really good. I kept laughing when I was eating it because it tastes like a hot dog, but it's a carrot. And we had the carrot dogs, and we had like the Linda Loma actual like vegan hot dogs. We had another like good tacos with, I mixed together like the vegan beef and the chickpeas, and so we had that spiced chickpeas with you know, all the good guacamole and corn and all that good stuff, and also a side of eggs. So I made that for breakfast, and then we didn't get into the pie last night because we were so stuffed with all the food and the wassail. So this morning we had a slice of it was a nice vegan pumpkin pie that I made, really good, and it's so good, made with coconut milk, so it has like a really good flavor. And I cut basically half of the pumpkin pie and half of the apple pie that I made. We didn't have any apple pie because we didn't want to have too much sugar. And I gave her, Purple Storm half of those pies, so we each have like half a pie. We got to be careful because, you know, you break a pie, then there's not like loads of people to share it with. So we each have half a pie, and we'll take our time with those. And now she's off, so I'm gonna clean up. And so it's my official now into Yule. So happy. You can continue to do Yule ritual throughout the winter if you want, because it's the same energies that flow through. So you can continue to do rituals that align with the solstice. But right now, it's the 6th, and actually today is the full moon. So it's basically, is it no, it's not the full moon actually. It's the moon is waning. So we were doing what we did, work with those energies. So, you know, we had the fire nice and quickly this morning, and now it's all done. I actually like that. You don't like have neighbors don't come out in the day yet, and I don't have a fence up yet, so like doing a quick like bonfire in the morning before everybody like wakes up and doing your spell and having that time to yourself, that actually was really nice, and I may try it again. But now it's time to turn my sights towards Inbook, and I have a meeting in 2 hours with the Coven because we're going to discuss what we are going to do for Inbook. So I will have an Inbook with the Coven, but I also will have my own personal Inbook, and I'm excited about it because I haven't celebrated the spring sabbats in a really long time. I usually would do like Samhain and Yule, and the ones in the fall, Mabon, and Samhain is also in the fall, but I usually would do Mabon, Samhain, and Yule. But now I'm really getting into that rhythm of attuning with all of them, and it's reviving. So I'm gonna get together some ideas for Inbook, and I'm starting to collect all my Inbook items to decorate with and do crafts and stuff like that with. So it's really, really fun. And so yeah, I'm excited to get in tune with the Inbook energies, and hopefully this coming meeting goes well, because we have to like brainstorm what we're gonna do. I did buy the Llewellyn Sabbath Essential Series books. I have a couple of them. I don't have them all yet, but I bought Yule Inbook, and I bought Ostara because I will be hosting Ostara for the Coven. So, you know, it's a really good book that they're like 250 pages each book, so they go into depth for each of the sabbats, you know, traditions, rituals, history, foods and drinks you can make, celebrations, correspondences, and things like that. So I'm going to look through the one towards Inbook, and starting to focus my my energies on how to align with that, and the energies that are within the season and that are coming up.